going on, America? I am Graham Allen, and welcome to the newest episode of the Dear America podcast. Floribama Shore is in the house today. That's pretty much all you need to know. Sit back, buckle up, and welcome to the newest episode of the Dear America podcast. Hey! What's going on, America?
What's up?
If you hear a vast chorus of muscle and majesticism, it is because Floribama Shore is in the house.
Hey,
we have
hey,
Jeremiah and
hey.
Josh Buoni?
Buoni.
Oh, that's where the baloney
Buoni.
thing came in.
I told you about the baloney.
Okay, all right. Yeah, we are so excited to have you guys here.
Yes.
My inbox has already been flooded. People are so pumped that MTV and Dear America, in just even the smallest way, has collided in such a weird way here.
Can you believe that?
So, real quick, we want to say that Jake has donned his getup again. So last episode, Jake was recovering from a massive hangover. I'm kidding. It's not true. He decided to put the sunglasses and the hat on, and we did it. And I thought it was really cool. See, he looks like a mystic figure over here at this point.
I like it too.
It looks like he had one of our rough nights during Floribama.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Is that why y'all always wear that?
You could
Got
be
it.
a character in Floribama.
There you
Jake.
go.
Anyway, so I put it up for a vote, and thousands of you spoke. So now Jake is contractually mandated to wear the glasses and a hat at all
I
times.
like you for you.
No, thank you.
I like you for you, but just
Not
like you more with the
because.
glasses and the hat. Anyway, all right, guys, thank you so much for joining.
Yeah.
Let's get something out of the way right now. I want to hear how a person ends up on an MTV show. How does that happen? I think the audience would really like to hear this. I mean, people know you from Floribama Shore. How did that happen?
Well, I mean, first, my brother and I want to thank you guys for having us on your show, too. I mean, absolutely.
Of course.
So thank you guys for that. It's been very crazy as far as everything that happened leading up to getting picked for the cast of Floribama Shore. I moved up to North Carolina. My brother Josh was having some health issues, so I moved up to be with him. And then a year and a half after that, I moved back down to Florida. During which time we were basically at a bar, me and my brother, for my birthday, and
Nice.
this lady walks up to us and she's like, "How old are you guys?" And she had a little hipster vibe, and I thought she was kind of cute. I was like, "How old are you?" And so she's like, "No, we're with MTV. We're doing silent auditions right now upstairs."
Silent auditions?
Yeah,
I know,
and
I've
I
never
mean,
heard
it was
of
like,
that.
"What's a silent audition?"
That sounds like a bad situation to
Yeah.
get into. Yeah, we're doing this silent audition upstairs.
Casting couch.
Yeah,
came to mind.
yeah. I'm sorry. Go ahead. Yeah.
But no, so we go up there, and Josh actually was the one that spearheaded it. To be honest, he was like, "Dude, it's 2 minutes." Like, I was a little nervous, to be honest. Go ahead, Josh.
Yeah, one of the things I was thinking in my head, I was like, Jeremiah's a big dude. I'm a big dude. I was like, what's really the worst thing that's going to happen for this
True.
girl coming up
That's
to us with
true.
our silent audition in this back room? I mean, we were at a bar for no reason at all. We were at a bar where Jeremiah was going down to do some line dancing or whatever the heck he was going to be doing.
Come on.
We're celebrating my
Love it.
brother's birthday, my older brother's birthday, Joe. And we had just come back from a casino. We just won a bunch of money. So we're like, all right, it's game time. Let's party. Let's have
Right.
a good time. So when the girl approached us, we were like, whatever, you know?
Right,
So
right.
that's kind of how it started. And then I'll let Jeremiah finish that one off.
Well, and the funniest thing was they died during my initial interview. So they're like, "What makes you good for the show?" I'm like, "I attract two demographics, male and female. Men want to be me, women want to do me." And then I literally ripped off my button up that
Wow.
I had, and all the buttons popped off, and they just started dying. So
That's amazing.
2 weeks after that, they flew me and Josh out to LA, and then 2 months later, I was in Panama City Beach filming the show.
Oh,
So
wow. So
kidding.
it's that quick.
yeah,
So-
it was very fast.
Wow.
So people know you from the show, and we're going to get into, you guys are so much more than just the show. And that's one thing that I really want to talk about, and what we tease the audience a little bit. In today's society, today's culture, younger generations, and there just seems to be majority, not all, but there seems to be a majority of a lack of work ethic, entitlement. Me and you guys talked about this a little bit last night, but real quick, let's give the audience a little bit of what they want. Let's ask some things behind the scenes of some stuff.
Okay.
From some of the things that we've seen.
All right.
Because in real life, do they edit it to make it seem more extreme than it is? or is that just how it is on the show all the time?
Well, I mean, most of the edits come from our interviews, so they pick up the right sound bites to go in with the actual scene that was happening. So they'll literally take us 2 days after the whole incident and start reminding us of everything that happened, and then we just start answering questions in the interview. And so that's how they sort of bring it up.
So they don't interview you like the same night or something.
No.
Okay.
And some days we have to do 4 days of work, and we're literally in that room for like 8 hours, just literally doing interviews.
Wow,
it's insane.
So let me ask you, and if you can't answer this, that's fine. I don't know what the secrets are that you're not allowed to say. You see this drama in the house and things like this, and there's moments in the show where you think it's over, and then all of a sudden it like, bam, it comes right back in. Do the producers have something to do with that? Are they in the background going, yo, bro, did you hear what so-and-so said about you? You should probably go over there and handle that kind of thing.
Look, every now and then I have a producer coming up and like saying something like that to
really?
me. Every now and then. It's just little fun remarks. They like to enjoy their time with us too, because we literally have to be around them just as much as I'm around my cast. So they're literally just as fun as we are too. A lot of the producers, there's one guy, Sev, he literally has all the dad jokes in the world. That's where I get most of my material from.
Oh, that's awesome.
Exactly. So it's beautiful. So I hear all of his dad jokes throughout the day.
Is it awkward? Because you guys have cameras on you in just about every area,
that is
24/7.
So
yeah,
awkward.
the bedroom's weird, man.
do
That's
you even,
super weird.
Josh knows all about that weird bedroom part.
But that's what I'm saying. Is that weird? Did that take some getting used to?
I mean, knowing while you're sleeping, like,
Well,
Why not just while you're sleeping?
I
There's some
know,
things
but
going
like-
on in there, not just sleeping.
a little extracurricular activity.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, the first 3 days was the hardest part for me. When I got into the house, acclimating to the fact that they said, don't look at the cameras. And I walked through the door, there's 4 cameras pointing straight at me. I'm like,
Look right at them.
Exactly. But I mean, as it progressed, I mean, I just didn't care anymore. I was
tuned
just
it out.
exactly enjoying my summer, basically.
All right.
Okay.
Well, I want to get into other than that stuff
Sure.
for a little bit. But before we do, let's get into a sponsor. All of us here at Dear America Podcast believe in the Constitution and respect the Second Amendment. There are a lot of holster brands to choose from. Some are good, some not so good. But what does your holster say about you? Starting at just $37, We the People holsters are custom made right here in America. Their designs are updated monthly in-house, which means they don't use third-party molds. They even have their own 3D design team who measures every micromillimeter of their guns to ensure the perfect fit. Their unique and intuitive clip design allows for you to easily adjust both the cant and ride of your holster so that it will fit comfortably and securely at all times. Go to wethepeopleholsters.com/Graham and get yours today. Every holster ships free and comes with a lifetime guarantee, but that's not all. Enter the offer code Graham and receive an additional $10 off your order. Support your country, defend the Constitution, and support a great American business. Satisfaction guaranteed. WeThePeopleHolsters.com/Graham. Offer code Graham. All right, so we'll get back into some behind the scenes stuff in a minute, but there's some other things that you guys are here to talk about today. And I think that it's really cool because in the world that we're in now, I've interacted with a lot of people, reality stars and things. And I think it's really cool what you guys are doing because you're not just living this pipe dream that is this reality TV. Hopefully it continues for you guys and you have success with it, but maybe it won't, right? And so you guys have actually taken on the entrepreneurial bug, I guess you could call it, and you guys have started not just a supplement company, but you've also started gyms, correct?
Yes, sir.
So talk to us about that a little bit.
So with the Fit Strong supplements, it's a guy named Joey Fazio. He's really the one that brought us on to really help build out the brand, and we want to do it a little bit different than all these other supplement companies are doing.
Right.
A lot of them are throwing in garbage product, garbage quality, shipping in from China, all this other garbage. So with that being said, all of our stuff is actually made in America, 100%, down in Georgia. But at the same,
in Atlanta?
Yeah, Atlanta,
Yep,
Georgia.
okay,
So we got a bunch of guys, got a great team together. But really, what it is creating a lifestyle. That's really what it's about. It's about being fit, strong. That's really what it is. So
cool.
It's about treating people, treating human beings like human beings need to be treated, helping them helping them accomplish the goals that they're trying to actually accomplish without all the really the bull crap side, right? Because you got all this information that's out there, misinformation, all this other different stuff. that people just don't know. And one of the concepts I like to use is riding a bike. You know how to ride a bike because somebody taught you how to ride a bike.
Right.
But if nobody really teaches you how to accomplish the goals you're trying to accomplish, you're really going to be in there a lot. You're going to be spinning your wheels. Difficult stuff to do.
Well, I think a lot of people want quick fixes, right? And so the supplement industry specifically has kind of turned into that kind of like magic pill.
Yeah, pop a
kind
pill.
of thing,
That's it.
right?
The magic pill to do this, the magic pill to do that.
And what a lot of people don't realize is that there's so much work involved to fitness and a healthy lifestyle, and it's more than just popping a pill. And
there is no easy way.
There is no easy way.
Yeah.
If it was easy, everybody would look like you two, and and then it would be great.
Well, the easy way is surgery. There is an easy way.
Well, not financially. That's not an easy way.
That's true.
Yeah,
Spoken
Just
like a
saying.
true.
I mean, I'm just thinking.
Oh, man.
What did
those eyes, man.
what
If
did
you
we
could just see
just
those
talk
eyes.
about in the last episode about women that think that their man should make so much money?
Yeah.
There you go. There it is. Well, surgery's the easy way.
You could just get surgery.
You could
I
just
stand by what I
get
say.
surgery. Oh my
Saying.
gosh. Anyway, but you guys have also opened up a gym, right?
That's
In
it.
Arizona?
Yeah, we partnered up Crunch Fitness, phenomenal company. Crunch Fitness, they started out in New York, 1989, but at the same time, we're Crunch franchise owners, and we're building out Arizona right now. We have a couple different projects we're working on as well.
Cool.
Our first one, January 7th, that one was finished over there in Phoenix, 19th and Bell. It's over in North Phoenix, and then we also have the one on 99th and McDowell. It's a little bit further west, but also at the same time down in Avondale, Arizona, 99th and McDowell. We're right there, and we're really
Very
making a
cool.
difference, and that's really what it's about.
Nice, man.
So let's talk about this. Jeremiah, I'd love to get your thoughts on this. So, and we've had this conversation. Sometimes in reality TV, and you're a younger guy, you're 24, correct? And so, you're a good valued guy, younger than me, obviously. And, from the show, you can tell that you've got your values about you, but at the same time, you're young, you're living your life, you're doing what you do down there. Do you think that there is a huge breakdown in what our younger generations see on TV and what actually needs to happen? And what I mean by that is life is more than just partying on a beach somewhere and stuff like that. And so I really like what you guys are doing because you are putting in work ethic and you're actually taking your influence that MTV has given you and you're trying to make a difference.
Right.
Do you think that we need more of that in today's society?
Absolutely. I mean, I feel like the biggest thing when it comes to people who are on social media constantly or watch MTV or other reality TV shows,
Right.
they're too focused on all the drama that happens as opposed to the life lessons they can learn. For me, when I went into season 3, I feel like for me, I started realizing the impact that I had on people
Right.
too, based off of the way that I dealt with situations.
Yeah.
And I feel like, especially with our TV show, Floribama Shore, I feel like having 8 different people from 8 different parts of the country, it's teaching everybody to start being a lot more tolerant with each other and how to handle situations a lot better too.
Right.
Yeah.
And for me, I feel like if people watch the show a little bit more like that, they take a lot more away from it as opposed to the superficial stuff.
Yeah. There's a weird parallel. Go with me here down this rabbit hole. All right.
Here we go.
There's a weird parallel that can be put with Floribama Shore and America. People listening are going, oh God, where is he going with this one?
Oh, for sure.
Let's
All right.
take the ride.
So on the preface of the show's like core reason that it was made is different people from different upbringings and different value systems and all this stuff can come together in one house and not murder each other,
Right.
essentially, right? Like that's the or if they will murder each other, like that's
Not
Come
yet.
close.
yeah.
Yeah.
Wait till season 3.
I think
One of them doesn't make it.
I think one of the reasons that show works is not simply because, you guys get involved in some stuff. Some of the other characters on the show, wow. Like they
Shenanigans.
They
Lots
get
of
into some
shenanigans.
stuff that I'm just sitting there going, oh my
How
gosh.
did this happen?
But people are interested always with this great experiment, right? America is this great experiment. All these different people from upbringings and cultures and religions can live together, right? As one people and not just annihilate each other. I think that's one reason why so many people are drawn to your show.
Right.
You've said it. You guys crush all the ratings. I think that it is that core principle right there. People want to see what happens when all these different people from all these upbringings. Do you think that? Do you see that from being on your side of it?
I feel like most of the time it's like people that watch NASCAR. They go to there watch the crashes. They're waiting for all
That's
the
probably true too. Yeah, that's probably true too.
But I mean, you're right. There is a majority of them that actually do follow it for that reason because of the melting pot that USA is. I mean, literally all different walks of life, gender, races, all that different stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like the biggest thing with our show too is the different situations we get put in. Like I said, it's situations that most people don't get the chance to experience or have experienced, and they didn't know how to deal with it.
Yeah.
And I feel like that was a big thing for me, a homeschooler.
Homeschoolers in the house.
You were a homeschooler. That's
and
right.
Southern
That's right.
Baptist.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alyssa and Jeremiah have bonded over the homeschool
And
thing.
Josh.
Yeah.
And Josh.
Yes.
He was
and
homeschooled
Josh.
as
He
well.
was there as well. That's true. Yeah, that's true. You had to go to school. Everybody else homeschooled. Let's see. Do you... There's one more random question I want to ask about the show. And
I
know
have a random question too.
Oh, okay.
'Cause
Go
you
ahead,
didn't-
sweetheart.
You didn't let me ask it. You
I'm
said
sorry.
save it for the podcast.
That's right. That's right.
Talk,
Oh,
Grant.
last night, just so you guys know, we all met for dinner last night, and everybody starts like they want to ask about the show and get to know each other, and I'm over there at the edge of the table going, "Save it for the show. Do not do that." And anyway, it's a full-time job keeping these people in line, not to ruin everything
So no
for
one
the show,
spoke all
guys.
night. It was
Exactly.
super
So
fun.
no one spoke, and we blinked at each other all night. All right, go, babe. I'm sorry.
Well, we were talking about, because I never thought about you had to put away your phones. Like I know on some reality shows. So I'm just curious how that goes. So you don't get to talk to any of your family.
Honestly,
You're
it's super nice having mine right now too.
Okay. So you're secluded though from the outside world, so you really don't know what's going on.
Right.
Or, I just think that's
How long is the
interesting.
filming with that?
Well, it varies. So the first season was the shortest one we had. I think it was right around 5 weeks.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And we only did 8 episodes from that. Season 2, we were filming for about 2 months.
Oh, wow.
Yep, 2 months. And then this season, we were filming for about 6 weeks.
Wouldn't that alone make you like build the? Make you go crazy.
Yes.
Like if I couldn't talk to my family,
No
my
phone
friends,
the whole time?
No.
No,
So,
no, you've
I
got
mean,
that community phone.
We do have
in the
that
which is
house.
why
community
that's
phone.
so important. then.
Exactly.
Do you get to use it when you want to?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes,
that's good.
absolutely. There are certain nights though that we actually have to close down shop basically so that way we can get the producers to bed sometimes. It's just like, guys, you've been on a drunk phone call for 2 hours. Okay,
Yeah.
I think
Let's
enough
just-
is enough. All right.
Let me sleep, please. Okay. all right.
But I mean, honestly, it's a great experience. I feel like not having your phone allows
yeah.
you to get into those situations that you typically wouldn't. Because I mean, most of the people this generation are stuck
their
in their
phones,
phones.
yeah.
Right.
That's what it comes down to, and
Wow.
they're letting life pass them by.
Powerful stuff you're
Yeah,
tapping
you're right.
into there. Go for it.
I do have a point as well. I mean, I'd like to think about Instagram, right? You think about Instagram, you think about all these kids that are on their phones all the time. Instagram's a phenomenal platform to get your voice out there, but also it does bring bad things as well. It brings in the anti-social type of thing because
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
it
can
breeds
see
isolation.
It definitely
Yeah.
does, and also I think a big thing, and it's a problem nowadays, is the depression side, right? Because you even look in anxiety, all this other different stuff. It comes with it because you look at this great post by this one guy living on a beach and all this other stuff and having all this money and all this other stuff, and you look at it and you're like, oh man, I really, really wish that I could do that
Right.
stuff. I wish I could, but I'm never going to be able to do it. And it kind of puts a damper on the actual life and what life itself it really means instead of social media.
You
and all that
guys
stuff.
have such a powerful purpose because you guys relate and pull in this young audience, right? It's just natural. MTV show, you're going to pull in a younger audience, right? And I think that that's so valuable and so important because, like you said, there's so many young people that truly believe that Instagram is real life.
Yeah.
And what they don't realize is Instagram's the highlight reel, right? Instagram's what you want people to see. Even if you're the realest person out there on IG, you still are selecting, editing, cropping, narrating exactly what you want people to see. And so these younger kids are watching this and they're going, wow, well, why can't I be exactly like they are? There must be something wrong with me. Depression's running rampant. You've got all this stuff going on within our society. That's why I like what you guys are doing, because you're not just look at us, we're Floribama Shore. You are, hey, this is what we believe. This is the lifestyle that we live. There is more to life than just this kind of stuff. And I think that's super powerful. Now I want to get into like some other spot things. But before we do, sponsor number 2.
Woohoo.
The world is changing. That fact is all over our headlines. And when it does, it only takes one major disaster to remind us of how fragile life is. When emergencies strike, are you prepared for days without electricity and stores being closed for weeks? If not, today's the day to act. It's National Preparedness Month. Make a plan. I have. I've built an emergency food storage supply, and I prepare with my Patriot supply. They lead the preparedness industry and sell the emergency food, gear, and water filtration products that you will need at some point. Act now and save $100 on a 4-week emergency food when you go to my special website, preparewithgraham.com. These tasty 4-week food kits last up to 25 years in storage and average over 2,000 calories per day. Order now and get free shipping from My Patriot Supply too, discreetly to your door. Don't ignore the writing on the wall. Prepare for what's coming and save $100. Go to preparewithgraham.com, preparewithgraham.com. All right, so let's get into some things. One, I feel odd not mentioning this. By the time, ladies and gentlemen, you hear this episode, it will be Monday. But right now, it's Friday the 13th, and I feel like we have to talk about that for a minute.
No.
It's a full moon tomorrow.
I'm not
We're
a
going to
person,
see-
okay? That sounds like a bird.
So we have this debate in my house a lot, and I know you guys do as well. I love scary movies. I love it more than anything. Hashtag Dear America. Are you a scary movie kind of person? Because I am. If you didn't know me, you'd probably be a little afraid because I have like every scary movie ever of anything. All the like sequels, the prequels, everything. Me and Jake have decided we're going to go see It Chapter 2 tomorrow.
Sure.
And there's nothing you can do about it, lady.
Well, I'm going to go see The Sky is Falling, or what is it called?
Angel
on
has
Fire.
fallen. You
That's
don't
it.
even know
Angel
what the
has
name of the
fallen.
show is.
Angel on Fire is cooler.
Anyway, okay, talking about freaky stuff on Friday the 13th. Beto O'Rourke has come out saying, you like how I did that there? What? What is that?
Teeth.
Oh, it's not. That's a...
Oh,
Yeah,
Joe
that's-
Biden's teeth fell
Yeah,
out.
that's the freaky
Oh my
thing.
gosh.
I thought that's the freaky thing we were
Ladies
talking
and
about.
gentlemen, if you're listening, I can't show you the video. However, there's like a 5-second video where they ask Joe Biden a question, and it's like, let me tell you something. Like, it's kind of like that.
Jim Carrey.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Fire Marshal Bill or whatever. He's doing.
It's just kind of funny.
And you feel so bad for the guy. He's falling apart. Last
is.
time
God
at the
love
town
him.
hall,
Who feels
his
bad?
eyes started filling with blood. This dude is not medically okay to be president.
But that's totally normal for his age, right? All that stuff.
Well, no, but the president's 72, 73, and he's kicking, man.
That's Donald
I've
Trump.
never seen his eyes filled with blood.
That's what I'm saying. That's not a good sign. You know, I mean, it may be some medical thing that somebody's
right.
like justifying it. They're like, actually, this is a very common medical occurrence. I'm like, I ain't never met nobody ever that they're anyway. All right, but let's get to Beto. All right, Beto says, and I quote, "Heck yes, we are going to take your guns
Over my cold, dead
right
body.
over my cold dead hand."
Yeah.
Anyway,
Good luck.
but that's
Yeah.
what he says. But to me,
Bury him in the
I want to
back
play
40.
you guys the clip really quick. To me, this is, we all knew he wanted to take guns. And as a real American, I just want to say, no, you won't. But this is the part that really stuck out the weirdest to me.
You said, quote, Americans who own AR-15s and AK-47s will have to sell them to the government, all of them. You know, the critics call this confiscation. Are you proposing taking away their guns, and how would this work?
I am. If it's a weapon that was designed to kill people on a battlefield.
Well,
It was a weapon that was
any weapon
designed-
could be designed
All
to kill.
right.
I
Hey,
could use it.
in the Marine Corps, you are a weapon to kill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're going to take
Right?
you away too.
So my
That's what it's
brain,
coming to.
brain works a little differently than other people. So of course everybody latched onto, oh my God, he said he's going to take the guns. He's been saying he's going to take the
Yeah.
guns. The thing that sticks out to me, are there guns? Are there major sellers of guns that are not designed to kill
potato
things?
guns or-
Like who
A
goes
BB gun?
Who goes to a gun shop and says that's not even the same? A Nerf gun?
He said a potato gun. I was
Potato
just
guns,
going
you
with
can
it.
make some hardcore potato
Dude,
guns.
you
yeah.
freeze
That
that
is-
potato.
Oh,
you
man.
freeze that potato.
Shoot it
Somebody's
quick.
dead. That's all I'm saying. You catch them
Well,
in
you
the
know what?
temple.
You better
Dead.
turn that into.
All right. Anyway, who goes to, and I said this on my social video today, who goes to the gun shop and goes, I just really want a gun that's going to sting really bad. I just want them to know that I am not happy with what they are doing.
Yeah.
A hard tickle, if I may. That's what I want for a gun.
Hard tickle.
Oh my
A hard
gosh.
tickle.
Graham, wouldn't you say that they would just buy pepper spray in that case?
Oh,
Right.
yeah. Or
It's like,
Yeah.
It's like, why would they?
Pepper spray that doesn't hurt.
Taser.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That doesn't hurt.
But this is the narrative stuff that irritates me, because younger people, that's who they're appealing to when they say this stuff. Younger people and people that have never owned or shot a gun ever.
Right.
And so people are going, oh my God, you're right. Why do we need guns that would kill people? That makes no sense. All guns are designed to kill. That's the whole point. Either for hunting and or somebody breaking into your home,
Yeah.
et cetera, et cetera. The reason you have a gun is that if you need to,
You can protect yourself.
you can kill somebody.
Yeah.
Protect yourself, protect your family. That's it.
Yeah.
And if you don't give up your guns, they're going to be there with guns that kill people
Yeah.
To take
at
up.
your door saying, give us your guns.
But he said weapons.
With the intent
so
to
you can
kill.
take my
With-
frying
yeah.
pan.
It's intent to kill you if you don't give up
Exactly.
your gun.
Well, right now they're specifically focusing on AR-15s.
Ah.
And also this proves how much of an idiot
Assault
Beto
rifles.
O'Rourke is, because
Yeah.
assault rifle
Assault
is a made-up term. But
Assault
also AR-15s, weapons that are designed for the battlefield. There ain't never a soldier or a Marine or nobody ever that carried an AR-15 into a battlefield. M4s, we've had this discussion now, or it used to be M16s, etc. There's a very, very obvious and blatant difference in those. AR-15s are safe semi, safe semi, safe semi. That's it. Semi, for those of you listening who don't know, it's nothing more than you pull the trigger, you let it go. You pull it again, you let it go. So on and so on and so on.
Graham, don't you know they don't care about facts?
But there's no difference. An
know, but they don't
AR-15
care.
semi-automatic rifle is the same thing as a Glock 40. It's the same difference. You pull
But they
it, you
don't
let it
care.
go. You pull it, you let it go. And that's the lie that they're feeding these people. And Beto, man, he is doubling down
He is.
on this stuff
He's not
right this
backing off of
second.
it.
I bet you he has a gun, too. I bet you he has a
Well, I
rifle
bet you
or two.
he has security that has a gun.
Thank you for reminding me. So Alyssa Milano,
Oh, yeah.
my favorite anti-gun, pro-abortion lady, goes down to debate Ted Cruz.
Wow, yeah.
And in the debate,
Smooth.
she goes, as some kind of point just to prove that she's hip, I guess, she goes, just so you know, I own two guns myself for protection.
Wait,
at
Alyssa
home."
Milano
Yeah.
said that?
She
Complete
admitted
and
to it.
blatant hypocrisy.
Yeah.
Oh, I own guns, but we should really do something about other people's
Yep.
guns. We should really do this. As she's got security around her
Exactly.
that all have guns
Mm.
on their
my
hip.
goodness.
Anyway, that's really the highlights from the Dem debates. I mean, Elizabeth Warren says she's never met anybody that likes their health care. I've never met anyone that lied about being an Indian ever, but I mean, what? I'm just saying, I've never met anybody that did that. It doesn't mean that they don't exist.
She's an Indian outlaw.
Hey, I don't know. The
That was a good
Dems,
video,
the Dems
too.
are the only people who could say we're going to give you free health care, but we're going to raise your taxes to do it in the same sentence, and
Yeah.
everybody's like, "Oh,
That
that's
sounds
a great
wonderful.
idea.
Great idea.
That's a fantastic thing." All right, but let's get into some weirder stuff here. So, for your pleasure of a discussion today, Alyssa, I see your finger, but you got to let me get this
Oh
one
no,
out.
I was just doing this. This is my hey, it's my turn. I was
Oh,
just
okay.
picking my nail.
Well, this is important.
Subtle.
Because this is about penguins, and so we've got to talk about this.
I love penguins.
CNN reports a same-sex penguin couple
What? Hush.
will raise and adopt a genderless chick for the first time.
Are you kidding?
The aquarium
How do you feel
aquarium announced that the same-sex penguin couple will not
real?
characterize their chick as a male or female. Did
Is
the
this
penguins
real?
did the penguins really say that to you?
Yeah, I want to know where's the audio clip from the penguins.
Did the,
talking?
did the penguins really say that they don't believe in assuming their child's
Is that
gender?
real? I can't.
No, that's real. That's
Oh my
CNN. I swear
gosh.
to everything. That's a real thing.
What the
Look,
heck?
whether you're LGBTQ or pro transgender or not, you got to sit here and admit, come on now.
We're reaching.
on,
We're reaching at this
Come
point.
on. And then poor CNN. How slow of a news day that you had to. I mean, there it
Oh,
is.
man.
Right
Somebody
there. I
worked
mean,
hard to find that story. and
these
put it up
penguins
there.
are fighting for inequality, is what they're doing.
And what point does that prove?
Well done.
Yeah,
Yeah.
who cares?
See?
Animals eat their own poop. I don't care what animals do.
Well, if they're the only 3 in there, I hope they would take in the. In that.
I
their
have a dog
instincts.
at home, and that dog does some dumb stuff. I ain't
He's
taking
beautiful. Leave Ducky out of
I
this.
have watched him sexually assault a stuffed bear.
Okay, stop.
Multiple
He loves his
times.
berry.
But I'm just saying.
And then he peed on the floor
And
last
then
night.
he
as
peed.
well.
Never happened before.
The
That's
first
y'all.
time we show up, then it happens.
No, I swear.
Okay,
Ask anybody.
We're
It's
pretty
never
sure.
happened.
We're pretty sure that our dog is gay.
Yeah,
And
stop.
so
Okay,
you two
stop.
walk in the house, and you're very majestic looking men. And Ducky,
guess
for
he
the
lost
first
it.
time ever,
He lost
peed
it.
all over the floor
That
in
really's
excitement.
never happened.
Dear America, y'all have to understand, Graham Allen might have a gay dog.
Yeah,
this
no.
is a true
Well, maybe
fact.
we need to put him with the penguins.
We like to
and they
define
can
him.
Talk to each other.
We like to define him as regal. No, Ducky can go live with the penguins and
He's not-
identify as a
That's
penguin.
what I'm saying. Oh, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah. Anyway, I'm just saying this is not an LGBTQ debate or anything. I'm just saying even transgender people or genderless people have to go. Did they really?
Did they really
Did
talk
they
to you?
really
Did they
say
really
that?
say that?
I have a hard time believing
All
that.
right, I got one.
All right, go.
Okay, y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
New Zealand man brings professional clown to pink slip meeting who mimed crying and made balloon animals. I stole it from Jake. I
Good
didn't
for
steal it
him.
from you, but we had the same
For
story.
what? Like people that got
basically-
fired?
No,
He got
basically they were going to fire him, and they said, when you get fired, they ask you to bring someone to support you. And so he picked up on that. Oh, I'm getting fired. So he hired $200 a clown to come with him. And so
Wow.
when they hand the pink slip, he's miming, crying, and making balloon animals.
Oh, God.
He makes,
That's creative.
I think it was genius, and
Yeah.
he took it well.
I don't
He
know
did
if
get
it's still.
fired.
I don't know if it's still a thing, guys. But I got fired when I was a kid, and it used to be a pink slip. Like it was legit a pink slip. Like they handed it to you. I still got it at my grandmother's house in
I
storage.
think it still is in some places.
I worked at Sonic when I was a kid, and I ate a chicken tender, and apparently that's a big deal
Stealing
in
merchandise.
the fast food world. And so the Sorry Jokers let me work a whole day. And then at the end of the night, they're like, Graham, come here. We got to talk to you for a minute. And the office was basically the freezer in Sonic because it's a small building. I don't know if you've seen it. It's a small place. So we walk into the freezer, which could be an assault all in and of itself. But either way, walk in there and they're like, Graham, we're going to have to let you go. So I freak out. I'm like, what? What do you mean? What did I do? What did I do? Right. And they go, well, we got you on camera eating a chicken tender.
My God.
Dun, dun,
And of course, me,
Done.
being me and my mentality, I was like, man, get out of here. Man, you had me, dude. And I'm like high-fiving him and stuff and like slapping him on the back. I'm like, man, that was good. You almost got me. And he goes, no, I'm serious. This is your last day.
Yeah, that's an extremely hilarious story. But at the same time, you even think about it back then, there's a huge point to be seen in that. It was a big deal for you.
Oh, yeah.
It was a huge deal. We valued our work,
yeah.
our
Yes,
job,
that's
the
a good
things that we
point.
wanted to do. You started crying. You probably
I
broke
thought
down.
my
You're
life
like,
was
oh
over.
my goodness.
Well,
He
because
did.
you hear your whole life, you're like, man, if you get
You get
fired, that
fired,
goes on
that's
your
it.
record,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
On your record,
And-
you're
and
done.
so-
Graham's like, I'll never work
So
again.
I'm 17 years old. I'm like, that's it, dude. I'm screwed for the rest of my life. Anyway.
And then he
that's-
storms out and takes all the nuggets.
He did, all of them.
Speaking of stealing, a Mississippi man.
No, not Mississippi.
Yeah,
No.
sorry
Always
guys.
have us in Mississippi.
You did that on purpose,
You
Jake.
probably
Go
did.
for it.
A man wearing a Captain America costume was arrested for burglary after a Mississippi homeowner caught the phony superhero breaking into a shed on his property.
Well, you know what? He needs weapons to defend himself.
What was he stealing?
He's
He's trying
Captain
to defend America. He's trying to
That's
get his
right.
weapons. Come on.
That's
Was
what I
he stealing
said.
an Infinity
Thank you.
Stone?
He was trying to
Exactly.
break.
Oh, did him.
He found the
Nice,
gauntlet.
Yeah.
nice, yeah.
Kudos
Doesn't say
to
what
that
he's trying
man.
to steal,
Well
but
done.
it was a shed, so tools, something like that.
They caught a
The
guy. They caught a
lawnmower?
guy a couple weeks ago that got arrested for going into pawn shops and stealing VCRs. What you need a VCR for?
Obviously,
Today,
he had
I don't know,
videos
but-
he really wanted to watch.
VHS.
And no one makes
I
them
still
anymore.
Got boxes. I still got
Do
boxes.
you
I do
guys,
too.
I was
I do
just
too.
going to make a
Disney-
young joke and be
Disney
like, did you
movies and
guys
stuff?
ever have VHSs
Oh,
or
yeah.
did you guys have
Heck
straight
yeah.
DVDs back in the day?
That's what it was. It was VHS.
I
Yeah.
still remember when the first DVDs came
I do
out.
too.
And it was like this mythical voodoo thing in the store.
What did we
Nobody
do?
trusted it. It was like witchcraft.
We put it in here.
Everybody's like, so they're putting the movie on a CD.
Okay.
Son,
This
take-
will never
Okay.
last.
Son,
Yeah.
take your hat off. That's a
This
DVD
will
right there.
never
Take your hat off.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely
I
not.
have horrifying news on Friday the 13th.
Ooh, go
Okay.
for it.
The National Weather Service, as of yesterday, shared radar images showing a massive swarm of migrating dragonflies over 3 states.
We had dragonflies in our house the other
I
day.
know. That's what I said. I was like, oh, we're part of this. But we're actually, I mean, I guess
It
we
was
are.
like the 7 plagues of
So,
Egypt or something.
If you
happening at
live
the
in
house.
Ohio, Indiana, or Pennsylvania,
Well, they're here in
hide
Texas,
your
too.
wives, hide your children,
Hide your kids, hide your wives.
because they're coming for you.
They're coming for
That's
you.
going to be a big boost to the economy, though. All the exterminators, now they're going to have to get rid of all the spiders. They're going to have to get rid of all that stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of wives, I got another
Oh,
funny one.
Lord. Can only imagine. Speaking of somebody's wife.
2 women in India enraged over their estranged husband seeking a third partner beat him up. There's a video of 2 women beating up a man who was cheating on them.
Uh-huh.
They were his 2
Oh,
wives.
the two wives.
Yeah.
beat up.
Got
Oh,
it.
that's funny.
Why were they beating him up? Because he was seeking a third wife.
Oh,
Yeah.
he got
busted.
greedy.
Two
He
is
got-
enough.
Two's
Not sure
enough.
about culture, but I mean, if you get caught cheating on your wife, I think that wife deserves to beat your ass.
Yeah,
I'm
there you
just saying.
go. There you go. Yeah, no, I agree with you. So let's see here. Ooh, I know something. Somebody wrote this in when they found out you were coming on. Being famous and being MTV famous specifically.
Ooh.
What's the weirdest moments you've had
Ooh,
with
good question.
people that know you or something like?
Do they come up and like try to touch your muscles?
Yeah,
'Cause
do
that
they,
would
they
bother
like try
me.
to touch you?
Dudes
Hashtag him
mainly.
too.
They're like, can you
Hashtag
flex
him
for us?
too.
I want
course
to see if
it's
they're, I
guys.
just want to feel if they're real.
Of
I was
course.
like,
It's a real.
If they're you're gonna
Like,
inflate
Why would they
Like,
not be
hair,
real?
like-
Is that surgery?
That's surgery.
I mean, hell, I should be wearing a bra. I mean, I look like I got fake boobs.
You do have some boobage going on. So I mean, so what's the like craziest fan story that you got?
Craziest fan story. I mean, I get a hell of a lot of crazy DMs. I mean, really weird ones
Yeah.
sometimes. I mean,
Like wanting to be with you, or like wanting to murder you, or
a mixture of both.
Is it mostly men?
No, mostly
okay.
men and women.
Okay.
They send us numerous different styles of like DMs. It's either you're a scumbag, you're a douche. I'm like okay, or it's I don't know if you do this or not, but can I hook up with you? I'm like,
Oh.
just straight up.
Really
I'm like,
forward. All right.
Very well. I'm
Well,
like,
you know,
okay,
at least
so-
they're straight to the point.
But I mean, for me, I never really have a weird instance where I deal with my fans personally. I never have that situation. I feel like I'm excited that they know who I am. I mean, I'm just a kid from Florida who's living out of a trailer park
yeah.
15 years ago. I mean,
Get up on that mic a little bit.
oh,
man.
I'm sorry.
There you
Oh,
go.
Get
yeah.
it closer.
We're teaching him. We're teaching him the ways of the podcast.
That's right. That's right. But I mean, I love my fans. Absolutely love my fans. And the fact that they come up to me just in a random situation, I'm just like, this is really cool. I have this now platform to where these random people are walking up to me now, and now I have a platform to talk to them. And for me, I feel like that's the greatest thing throughout this whole TV show, throughout MTV, and the process that I've been going through.
So
agree.
Nice.
I have a question. So what do you want your platform to be? Or like, what do you want influence wise? Like what are you hoping to like tell people, I guess? Or what would your bigger message?
My biggest message is basically for the social media era. Basically everybody, like we talked about, like to get caught up in what other people are doing. Problem is, once you do that, you forget to focus on your own life. And for us, especially with Crunch and Fit Strong pairing together, it's about our members taking control of their lives, and we give them the tools to do it.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing for me. If I'm able to get somebody out of their bed and start going to the gym, whether it's 30 minutes a day or whether it's 2 hours a day, I don't care. As long as they're making those steps to start improving their life and seeking a quality of life,
Yeah.
that's the difference.
It's not always about what you do in front of the camera. It's more so what you do when the
Behind the
cameras
camera,
aren't
to
there.
me.
It's when,
Yeah.
it's when you get this platform to stand on, when you have all these followers, when you have all this other stuff, you have different ways that you can use it.
Right.
What we're trying to do is we're trying to use this platform to better basically the kids, the newer generation that's coming up. I mean, they have so many ways to look. I mean, there's different people out there. There's all sorts of different things out there. So their minds being pulled in all these different directions.
Yeah.
Well, if they do focus on, let's just say Jeremiah's Instagram or whatever it may be, well, then let's give them something that will actually help them, provide them for their future. Let's go out and talk with these people. I mean, you shoot us DMs, you shoot whatever it may be. If you have questions about stuff, we'll help you out.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
All right. So here's a cool question. Favorite part of the show? Not worst, because I know what the worst is, all the drama. Favorite part of the show and weirdest part of the show?
Favorite part of the show? we did go to New Orleans for season 2.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
I
I saw
remember
that
that
one, yeah.
episode. Yep.
I had never had so much fun in my
Now,
life.
had you ever been to NOLA before? Because that's close to our stomping ground there.
No, I had never been to Bourbon Street before
It's
either.
wild.
And so like going there and
Dirty.
literally drinking on the streets, I was like, is this legal? I
Yeah.
was like
It
looking
feels
around every
weird.
corner for cops. I was like,
Yeah.
somebody's going to pinch
Bourbon
me.
Street, though, it's almost required because if you're the one sober person on Bourbon Street,
It's miserable.
it's like, you ever seen that video of like when you take the glasses off, it like shows that's what it's like on Bourbon
It's
Street.
true.
If you're not
Yeah.
intoxicated,
Yeah.
you see Bourbon Street, you're like, ew.
Yeah, but we go back now. It's like, yeah, this is just dirty.
I mean, I lived there for
Like-
4 years and went to Bourbon 10 times, maybe,
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
4
Yeah.
years.
I gotcha.
So that was the best part.
that's the best part.
That was for me
Real
the best
fun.
part. I mean, I feel like most of the time during the seasons, I was too serious about everything that was going on because, again, like I said, I had to go through a line of process where I was taking my morals and having a good time, finding that fine line.
Yeah.
And I felt like when I went to New Orleans, I found that fine line, and it really allowed me to just be a little bit more open
Right.
and have a little bit more fun during the situation, not worry too much about the drama. Because for me, I've always been the type to stand up for what's right, and if I feel like something's wrong, I'm going to make a point about saying it. And I feel like after that situation, I started picking my battles a little bit better. The things that I should talk about and the things that, it's petty. What does
Yeah.
it matter?
Let it
You know?
go.
Right.
So
Well-
what's the weirdest?
The weirdest, I'd have to say I never prepared myself to see a girl pee in a trash can or on her bed. So Courtney, love you, girl, but I was not ready for that one. That was pretty weird for me.
Man, yeah,
Well,
that's
just keep going. Yeah.
that's
Okay.
I don't know what really to say with that.
I will go from there. I will say me and Graham have talked, and what I appreciated, because you kind of don't know until you actually meet someone, like how they're going to be.
Right.
But I do appreciate that both of y'all were grounded. Like, you are who you are.
You seem
on and
exactly
off
the
show,
same as you are on the show,
which
you
I
know?
appreciate.
That's the
And
greatest
so-
You're
compliment
grounded
anybody
in
can
that.
give
Yeah.
me, too.
So
I
that's
appreciate that.
that's it. That's all I had. I just want to throw that out there.
And one of the go ahead.
No, yeah, I was gonna say. I mean, it also. I mean, it shows a lot as well, right? I mean, you are who you are. You can't really tell the difference because you're that person the entire time. But then when you watch yourself on TV, you look back and you're kind of like, I mean, especially for me in my situation, right? I came on the show drunk, going ham, just doing whatever I wanted to do. But at the same time, I look back and I was like, what type of message was I giving?
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, you're looking at like, oh, that dude, he's that guy, he's that another one of those guys. So it really kind of took me by surprise. It took definitely a change of direction for sure, because now I truly realized that, hey, these people were thinking me of this in this light when that's not exactly who I am. But at the same time, I did see the wrong things I was doing, and it was really, really cool. I did get to go on and film for season 3 as well. So I had a chance, and I hope you guys look forward to that. I had a chance to come back on and kind of talk about some of the things I had done in the
Send a
previous
different
seasons and
message.
then kind of set a different precedence, because I learned so much, and I feel like I've developed so much more into a better man, a better person when it comes down to just everybody in general. And it comes from the same message I have of treating human beings like human beings. It don't matter what skin color you are, don't matter nothing like that at all. You bleed out, you bleed red. That's just it.
Yeah.
So you treat everybody as a human being, and I feel like things will get a little bit better in this world. I'll tell you that.
I like
great,
that. I like that. Before we go any further, let's get into sponsor number 3. On average, a burglary happens once every 23 seconds in the U.S. And what's crazy is that only 1 in 5 homes have security. Maybe because most companies really don't make it easy. That's why SimpliSafe is my top choice, hands down. SimpliSafe protects every door, window, and room with 24/7 professional monitoring. But one thing that truly makes SimpliSafe stand out is their video verification technology. When other security systems are triggered, a lot of the time police assume it's a false alarm and the call goes to the bottom of the list. But not with SimpliSafe. Using their video verification technology, they are able to visually confirm that the break-in is happening, allowing police to get to the scene 3.5 times faster than other home security companies. And for my listeners, SimpliSafe has a huge deal going on right now. Go to SimpliSafe.com/DearAmerica and get free shipping and a money-back guarantee. That's SimpliSafe.com/DearAmerica today. SimpliSafe.com/DearAmerica. All right, so one thing I want to talk about and put it up to the table here is one of the coolest things that I like about you guys being here. It's not just because you're awesome dudes, But it is, I feel like one of the things that we want for the direction of this show is obviously we are political in what we talk about, but that's not all of who we are.
Right.
And so this is the first of many future interviews of kind of molding the worlds a little bit into the pop culture world and things. Because I think it's important for us to show America and to show the listeners that you don't always have to agree 100% on everything.
Right.
All the time. Even conservatives or even Democrats, whatever it is, no 10 Democrats believe 100% the exact same thing across the board. No Republicans or conservatives, 10 of them in a room, believe the exact same thing across the board. Dan Crenshaw said it best. You get your 5 to 8 best friends in a room around a table, and you all try to hash out 4 or 5 different things and see how long you all actually agree 100% on everything.
Right.
It's just not true. It doesn't happen. And one of the sad things that you see now in society, and this isn't just political, this is about anything, religion, I mean, whatever it may be, is we live in this society now to where if we happen to disagree, that means that we can't be friends or we hate each other, which is the exact opposite of the way things are supposed to be. And, you know, your show, even though it's a reality TV show and so much of it is accentuated, mind you, like real things, like I said earlier, you're touching on the very sentiment that is America in that, because you all don't believe the same stuff.
Right.
You all morally are different in different ways.
Absolutely.
Not saying either one is right or either one is wrong, but you're all completely different people. But you got to work it out. You got to make it work.
Well, and that's where the genuine part of our show comes from. I mean, most of the people think that most of the drama that happens on the show is staged, but no, this is what happens in America every day. All right? People have different upbringings. People agree on different topics, but the problem is, like Josh talked about with you guys last night when we were at dinner, it turns into an argument,
Right.
not a discussion. You know,
Yeah.
and the biggest thing for me is I feel like if people actually cared to know why I am the way that I am, I would love to explain it. But when I get, you know, people just immediately off rip, just saying based off of what they don't even know, that
Right.
they hate
Based off
me.
an edit.
Exactly.
Yeah, based off an edit. Yeah.
And for me, it's just like, come on. I mean, and I feel like that's the way most of the country is going to. It's not about learning how each other operates. You know,
Right.
it's all about, no, you're different than me. We have to be at a crossroad.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
And it's segregation. It's labels that you're throwing on it. Even if you look at even on the political side of things, you have Democrats and you have Republicans.
Right.
I mean, you're segregated, right? Why doesn't everybody come together? Let's come up with something, the right plan. Because you have to think about it. It ain't about them. It's not about the Democrats or the Republicans. It's about the American people and which direction this country is going. So when you start labeling people and put them in there, and this is a Democrat, so we're not going to work with the Republicans, or the Republicans aren't going to work with the Democrats.
Right.
F all of that stuff, man.
Yeah.
Work together. Let's have a better future. Let's build a better future for the United States of America, but also for our kids growing up. And that's the biggest thing of all.
Well, I think that holds true as well. I think somewhere in America, remove politics, remove all that stuff. I think somewhere in America we lost the understanding among everyone that the end goal is America. I mean, that's it, man. I mean, the end goal is to be Americans and to make this whole thing work for ourselves, for our children. And there's no one way to do that. Everybody's got their own way. If you were to Google a destination right now, you'll have 3 or 4 different ways to get there, but you still end up in the same spot, right? I think people now think that to love America, to be pro-America, to be pro continuing this great, amazing country that we live in, if we don't necessarily all take the exact same road to end up there, then we all are enemies and we all hate each other. And that's the way it is. And it's actually the exact opposite. And anyway, one of the biggest reasons that I was pumped to have you guys on is because, I mean, you're not complete opposites, but the show would make it seem like you guys are just these, living free, no responsibilities kind of
Right.
stuff
No
like
worries.
that. But it's essentially a gigantic spring break that they're filming.
Sure,
And you
exactly.
guys are real people. And you actually pay your bills and you go to work every day. And I think that is what America needs to see more,
Right.
is realize that that's just a show. of a certain very small segment of your life during an entire year. And what you do the other 10 and a half months out of the year is really what defines you guys.
Yeah, it's not like every month I'm taking vacations to go by the beach, you know? It's like, and I feel like that's another thing that, just like Josh was talking about with social media, everybody sees people posting about the places they're going and stuff like that. And that's, for me, the reason why, you know, I wanted to be so genuine on the show is I don't want people looking at me on the TV saying, God, I wish I was living that life. No, I want you guys to be going out there and striving for a life that you're meant to live, not based off of what I'm doing on a TV show.
Yeah.
You know, whether I actually, you know, resonate with you and the stuff that I talk about means something to you. I mean, I get that point, but I don't want people looking at the show wishing that they were doing that constantly, because that's not how life is. It just isn't. I mean, you have your times where you can have fun, but I mean, for me and Josh, we always talk about it. We're giving up our 20s so we can enjoy our 30s.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, and I mean, most people, you have to put your head down. And for me doing that, a lot of, you know, some of my cast members don't like the fact that I'm much of a workaholic. You know, I don't really have time to go and visit them. Because we don't live in the same states at all. We're very far. And with me being in Arizona, it's a long distance to travel too.
Right.
And so for me, I feel like part of them don't get that side as well, because I'm trying to make a name for myself as well. I mean, I'm not holding Floribama Shore as my claim to fame.
It's going to carry you forever.
Exactly.
In life,
that's not what I'm banking on. I'm banking on all the stuff that my parents have taught me based off of the morals that they've established in myself and the self-discipline that I have.
Well, when you're 45 years old, nobody's going to care that you were on Floribama Shore. Right. I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, you know, look at the Jersey Shore guys.
Yeah.
They made serious names for themselves, but now they're much older, and you know, it's kind of like, you know, don't you have something else, you know, to go do these days and stuff? And so I think what you guys are doing is very smart. You take the opportunities that you were given for whatever reason you believe it happened for, and you use the momentum to create something that's actually long lasting for you and your future family or your current siblings and all this stuff. I think that's really smart. And that's something that a lot of the younger generation just forgets, and they don't. They live in the moment. They live in the now.
Well, they feel like the opportunities are just going to happen, but if you're not prepared for those opportunities, you can't quite grasp them.
Correct.
Yeah.
If I wasn't saving up money since I was 14, and then when MTV came up to me saying that, hey, we have this TV show we want you to be a part of, saving money has always been my thing. I mean, my dad said my butt always squeaked because I was so tight, you know. But I mean, that's basically what it comes down to. I mean, when you have that set goal in your mind and you're ready to just work, save, and then all of a sudden this stuff happens, you have to be prepared for that. You have to be prepared for the opportunities as they come, and it's not something you can just be negligent to.
And I also think there's something to be said about y'all, how you were raised, because it seems like at least y'all are a very grounded family. And so I think it's interesting, too, when you go from grounded family to be thrown into something like Floribama versus someone who might come from, I don't know their backgrounds, but just in general, people who come who aren't grounded, how you do kind of seem to get carried away and this is all I need and I'm good and I can just party and life's going to keep going because you never had a foundation.
Well, and also the other side to that, too, is going into a group of people that have their own depiction of homeschoolers. Socially awkward.
We're the weird, crazy one.
You know?
I still think homeschoolers are weirdos.
Actually, there are a lot, but we are not those. Okay?
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, you have some of them that are awkward, but at the same time, that was what I got thrown into. Immediately, they think that here's the socially awkward kid that lifts a lot.
And there's also awkward kids in public school, so you know.
Yeah, but I mean, for us, man, I mean, that's just the way we were raised. Were to be individuals. You know, our dad taught us how to be a man. Our mom taught us how to be our own person. You know, and I feel like just like Josh was talking about with the nurturing side, that's the mother's job. And I feel like with our mom, that was the biggest thing that happened is she created the individuals that we are now, and we're truly grateful for that. I mean, the way our parents, the stuff that our parents had to go through to raise 6 kids, it was a lot of coupon cutting, that's for sure. And that was another thing that irritated me with season 1. Everybody thought that I was actually spoiled. Everybody thought I came from money.
Yeah.
Immediately. I had no idea why. Never even talked about the stuff that I own. Never talked about the car that I bought or whatever the case is. I'm like, where's all this coming from?
Good looks are synonymous with
good
money.
looks and
Yeah.
homeschooling. Oh, your parents can stay home.
Well, you had to buy your boobs.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you know, you
That
said
surgery was
it earlier, that
expensive.
surgery was expensive. So no, I agree with everything you said, man. I think that's vitally important, and that's another reason why I wanted you on this show, so you guys could kind of display that a little more to people. So, but to end this thing out, final question I want to ask you guys, because I know that I've touched base on this on mine, but I'd love to hear your thought. Is Is fame everything you thought it would be?
Ooh, that's a good question.
He's like, I got this.
I definitely do not. I still don't even understand fame. Jeremiah ourselves, we still don't understand what fame is.
Yeah.
We think it's different, right? When people come up to you, and most people are scared, and that's something that's bizarre, beyond me anyway. Because, I mean, we'll see them. We'll sit there. We'll be at dinner. We'll be doing whatever it is. And they're like looking over us. And they're like, oh, my goodness, what's going on? Oh, no, what should we say to him?
I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
We'll be the ones who will say, hey, come here. Like, come here. Did you guys want to take a picture?
Yeah.
Like it's okay. It doesn't matter. Fame.
just people.
I mean, just because you have fame or you have this or you have that doesn't mean you're an untouchable human being.
Right.
We're still
I like
human
that y'all
beings.
think that, but other people don't.
They
Yeah,
don't.
other
They just
people,
don't.
other people don't, man. Other people get a little bit of the limelight, and then they
Pride.
manage to
Yeah.
heads just explode.
Well, I mean, also too, I feel like growing up Southern Baptist too, you were always taught to reach out and help people.
Correct,
That,
yeah.
that-
Right.
That's what it
good
comes down to
foundation.
as well. And so the foundation of that, going into fame, I feel like has prepared me for that because I just want to help people.
Yeah.
All right. I want to make somebody's day better. And if me taking a photo with somebody, I'm not going to be that person. No, I'm having dinner with my family. No. I mean, in the end, the people that got us here, one, MTV, 495 Productions did a great job. All of our fans too, and Jersey Shore for cultivating a show that we now have a spinoff of, which we're very grateful for that.
Right.
But in the end, the fans is what gives us our fame.
Right.
That's what it comes down to. Without our fans, we are nothing.
Yeah.
You know, and if I don't take that time to appreciate the people who have put me in the platform that I have now to talk about Fit Strong, to talk about Crunch, to talk about all the stuff I want to talk about now with you, Graham,
Yep.
it just wouldn't happen without those fans.
No,
It wouldn't.
I agree. I agree. What we say it here on the show all the time. We're so thankful for the listeners and everything that you guys do for us. Guys, thanks for coming on the show,
Yeah, it's
man. This was
fun.
fun.
Yeah, thank
This
you
was
guys so
fun.
much for
Welcome
having
to
us.
Texas. Real quick, where can they find out, or where do you want people to go to find out what you guys got going on?
So a couple different platforms you guys can go, www.fitstrongsupplements.com. That's our supplement page. On there we got a bunch of videos, a bunch of educational videos from doctors. I mean, not just bro science out there, you know what I
Right.
mean? From actual doctors explaining how and why we put our supplements together. Crunch, you can go to at Crunch Avondale, at Crunch Phoenix. You guys are going to see our Instagram pages. Mine's at Joshua_Buoni. Jeremiah's, I mean, you already know. Everybody
Yeah.
everybody knows
Jeremiah
at
Buoni.
Jeremiah Buoni. Everybody knows that one. So
Yeah.
we got Buoni. So
All right.
those are your
Well,
platforms.
guys, we appreciate you coming on. Jake, where can they find you?
Find me on Instagram at producer_Jake.
Alyssa?
Alyssa Allen on Instagram.
And of course, I am Graham Allen. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Dear America podcast, and we'll see you all again next time.
Bye.
See ya.